Hello and welcome back to the season finale of Smile You're on Camera Season 2. My name is Mia Dirks and I'm so happy you're here to join us for our final episode tonight. Yes, I know it's been a while since we've last been on air. We had a few breaks here and there, a few busy days studying for exams, a few holidays, but I'm glad we're finally all here together tonight to go on one last journey. A lot has happened since last episode, but we'll get to that a little later in the show. We got a lot to cover tonight. And tonight we have a special guest on to close out the season here on Smile. I must admit, it's a little strange having this person on the show acting all professional and having an interview together since we've been friends for a while now. But I thought it would be nice to have another perspective from our guest, one outside of the usual world of art and music on the show, and instead one on in the sciences. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our guest, Keith Allen, onto the show tonight. So, hi Keith,
Hi.
Welcome on.
Thank you.
Welcome on to the show. Do you want to just quickly introduce yourself for the audience?
Yeah, my name is Keith. I'm a senior here at SUNY Oswego. I study applied math and computer science, and I'm really excited to be here tonight.
Any first thoughts about being on the show? What do you think of being here so far?
It's really neat because I've seen my fair share of WTOP programming, and then I was here in the live studio audience for the last season finale when you had Katie on. So it's interesting to be in the seat.
It's all full circle now.
Yes.
Well, I don't want to spoil too much so far, but we have a nice video to play. So let's take a quick look at a day in Keith's life.
Good morning. It is now a little bit before 7, and I am up and ready, and we are headed to Shinneman. We've got a busy little day planned for us. We're starting to get ahead on it. Got a class at 8 a.m. and got to go work the desk for a couple hours. After that, I got a little space to do some homework. And after that, we're hitting my capstone presentation instead of TA office hours. A review session for 212, the introductory CS course. And finally have another meeting for the desk. So we got a lot going on, and we're going to try to get an early start at it. And you're coming along for the ride. All set with classes, now it's time to go to the desk.
Alright, I am all done with my capstone presentation. Went really well. Got a lot of questions afterwards, which is always fantastic. I tried to record it, but it got 3 seconds of it and then stopped. So unfortunately, no super cool presentation montage. It's really dark out, which is a bit of a bummer, but at least it's pretty nice. Not too cold and it's not snowing, so nice pretty walk back to the village from the MCC.
Okay, so I kind of forgot to film an end of the day video to yesterday, but it doesn't matter because we're doing a weird 2-day stitch together thing. Yesterday was really busy, but it wasn't super exciting. I didn't really do anything fun. I just did a lot of work and my capstone stuff and then a lot more work. But now today we're gonna do a couple more. I had to do meetings and classes and stuff, but then later on we have the Computer Science Association end of the semester party we're celebrating. We're gonna celebrate the elevators are still being broken after a year in Shinneman. But now we're gonna celebrate it working because they fixed it Monday on its 1-year birthday. And then after that, I'm going to the hockey game. So we're gonna do some fun stuff too, damn it.
So welcome back, everyone. Now, after the break, we're going to talk a little bit more about what's been going on this semester, along with what we saw in the video, so make sure to stay tuned.
Jill told me it was Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
Al Roker.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel 2. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30.
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a close up of that one.
Broadcast
Look
news.
at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to the Smile season finale. Now, before the break, we watched A Day in Keith's Life, and now I want to talk a little bit more, go a little bit more in depth about what we saw in the video. So I think one of the main things that we saw there was your capstone presentation, obviously. Can you give a quick explainer of what the project was and what you have been working on for a while now?
Yeah, so for the past year I've been working on a project with a professor here and 2 other academics at different universities. And the real general overview is we're trying to create these ontologies, these really essentially fancy dictionaries, and we're trying to build a computer program that a user can sit down at and it will help them make these. And then this fall, I started working on another portion of it where we're trying to do some measurement within it. So that's what I was presenting on yesterday, was the measurement portion of it.
That sounds like a lot to learn and research, but how did you even get into like such a project like that? That sounds like a really niche topic.
It is. So last fall I took a class with Professor Dr. Schlegel, who's in the CS department here, and he's working on this as sort of a like contractual work on the side, and he was looking for a student to help intern and help out with the project, and I was the only one who showed any interest. It's really cool stuff, a lot of logical computing, which is I find really interesting.
So you're a double major in math and computer science, so what made you interested in working in this area, and specifically like the project you've been working on? What are you passionate about with that?
Yeah, it's a really interesting time right now in the field of applied ontology, where they're trying to bring in more math and computer science to help sort of formalize the field and bring a lot of consistency. And so being able to be part of that research is just really exciting.
Yeah, it seems like it's like a whole new world out there, so it must be cool to be kind of on the forefront of that. So obviously you've been working on this for a long time. There must have been ups and downs with the project. I'm sure it must have been very challenging at points, but what were some of the challenges you faced along the way?
Yeah, so there's always something that's really common in computer science is when you're working on a legacy code base or something that you didn't write from scratch. You always have this issue with collaboration where somebody else has written something and it's not working, and you might not be able to call them up and say, hey, why is this not working? You should have seen me over the summer. I had a whole wall of sticky notes covered in just things that weren't working. So just the classic issues of working on a very large project.
Yeah, I feel like that's a common issue across the academic field, I guess, but I guess even more so in that way. But do you have anything specifically that you are happiest with the project, and especially now that you're almost done and 99% there, is there anything kind of you're looking back on and being like, wow, that was my either favorite part or biggest accomplishment with that?
My favorite part of it is I really like presenting on it, and I really like talking to other people about it, because not a lot of people are familiar with ontology. So I was able to present at the end of the summer, and then again at a math conference in October, along with the capstone presentation the other day. So I really enjoyed getting to talk about this with other people.
I'm not sure if you said this in the beginning, but can you give our audience a quick explainer of like what an ontology is in like layman's like terms, I guess?
So I described it originally as like a really fancy dictionary, but it is a collection of terms and their relations to one another, and it hopes to classify reality around us. Specifically, we're looking at a lot of top-level ontologies, which have really general classifications, things like objects and processes. So like the chair I'm sitting is an object, but this show right now is a process. It's something that's happening. And so putting that all together helps to semantically label data, which just means better machine learning and AI.
It's been interesting to learn about that. I had no idea about this whole world, and it's kind of like, seems like there's a lot out there to learn. But I know the project didn't just take place here in Oswego, like you said, over the summer. You went out. You want to talk about your experience over the summer?
So for this summer, because the project lead works for the Air Force Research Lab in Dayton, Ohio, I was able to work as an intern in Dayton, Ohio for this summer. It was really interesting. So I was working for one college, living at a different college, and collaborating with my mentor at the Air Force Research Lab.
What was it like living and having that working experience outside of New York?
There's a lot less trees in the part of Ohio I was in, and there was a lot less water. I'm so used to being right by Lake Ontario, both here and where I'm from originally. So that was a little off. But it was really cool being able to work with, there's a lot of grad students. I was mostly an internship for grad students. So it was really neat seeing people further along in their academic career working on fascinating research. So it was super exciting.
And I'm sure you had a whole summer to explore the area out there. Were there any like specific places you love to go visit, or like any places you might recommend to the audience if you ever find yourself out in Ohio?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you ever find yourself in Dayton, Ohio, the Air Force Museum is really interesting. They have 4 hangars in a missile silo full of planes. They have 2 or 3 of the old Air Force Ones. They have the SR-71 Blackbird from the Cold War. You name it, it's in the Air Force Museum. And then also, if you're hungry, near I believe it's the Dayton's Children's Hospital, just north of the river, there's a really good taco place called Taqueria Los Cabos. I can't recommend it enough. I think I went every week on Friday. It was sort of my, okay, I'm done working for the week. Let me go get tacos. It was fantastic.
That sounds like a good celebration. I'll have to put that on my bucket list for if I'm ever in Ohio. So I guess coming back to New York now and what you're doing here, you're going to be graduating in a week or so, which must be a little bit frightening, but what do you hope to do in the future? It seems like you have a lot going on right now in terms of academics, so where do you hope to guide that in the future?
Yeah, so right now in the spring I have a 20-hour week internship actually continuing to work on this project, and then I'm also applying for grad schools, I'm applying for jobs. I'm in this weird transitional spot where I have more or less like a free semester, not really free, but where I'm not going directly into something specific. So there's a lot of choices. It's very exciting. I'm very thankful to be in this position where I'm at. It's working out well.
Yeah, it's been nice to see your growth along the way as well. And I guess in terms of just college in general, what are some of the takeaways you've had, or like some of your favorite moments from the past 3.5 years?
I think looking back, I wish I'd started going to hockey games earlier, because I didn't realize how much I'd like them. Like, I always went to like lacrosse games every now and again as a kid, but hockey games are super fun. There's something that I'm still trying to learn is always start your project a little sooner than you think you'll need to, because I can't tell you the amount of times when it's 2 a.m. and I'm trying to crush something in, but we're all college students. Who hasn't pulled an almost all-nighter to make sure you hit the deadline? But I think my biggest thing is just I wish I'd gotten involved with more things earlier on.
Mhm. I guess now that we're about to go into 2024, you have a whole blank slate ahead of you. So is there any sort of goals or accomplishment or anything you want to be involved with, I guess, going forward? Anything looking forward?
Yeah, I really want to try and branch out in computer science a little bit. I've been very focused with what I've been doing. We're a very Java-based school, which doesn't mean much, but more or less we're only using one language for a lot of it, and I've branched out a little bit. But I want to try and learn as much as I can on my own on computer science, so that way when I'm going out to jobs, when I'm possibly going to grad school, I have more tools in my toolbox, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm sure you're off to great things as well. I know you've had a lot of success so far, so
yeah.
2024 will be a good year, I'm sure. But thank you for taking the time to
Yeah,
talk on the show tonight and give us a little bit of a explainer into the stuff you're doing up here. I know it's really interesting. After the break, we're going to be reacting to some of your moments from the last few weeks with snapshots, so make sure to stick around.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like.
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a close up of that one.
Broadcast news.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to Major Discussions.
Welcome back, everyone, and let's get right into our snapshots. This is a chance for our viewers at home to submit photos and videos from your lives. I think it's a great way to connect with everyone watching at home. And we've had a long time since the last episode, so we've had a lot to catch up on. So without further ado, let's get started. If we could put some of the first snapshots on screen, please. So this is from our teleprompter, Ryan. He went with the ski club out to Vermont to Killington Peak. So he was nice enough to submit some photos and some videos for us to see. This was the ski club you saw in the first picture, and then we got the nice mountain. That's a lot of snow out there, but I picked these not only because that sounds like an amazing trip, but also because it's starting to snow in Oswego.
It is starting to snow.
And winter weather is coming, so what are your thoughts? I know you have to wake up early and walk out probably in the snow a lot, so.
Yeah, well, the day I was recording on Thursday, it was not, a blizzard, but there was plenty of snow out there. I love the snow until I have to drive in it, then I like it a little less. But
yeah.
I'm excited for it to be winter again. I love summer, but.
So far we've had like one real snow day. And then a lot of it has just been sprinkles here and there in the morning, but I feel like it's going to be a very snow-heavy winter based on the fact that we're getting snow this early.
Yeah, I think especially come January, I think we might get a little bit of a wallop, but we'll see. Who
It's
really
okay.
knows?
I'm excited though. I love this. I don't, again, like you, I don't like going out in the snow itself, but I like getting some hot cocoa and like
Curling right up with a fire and a blanket.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
So I'm excited for the winter weather. Let's move on to the second snapshot if we could, please. So I want to give a quick shout out to my brother, Patrick, who might be watching this soon. He is currently a freshman at Stony Brook University down home on Long Island. He is a mechanical engineering major, and for his final exam for his class, him and like some of his teammates had to build something. So they built this tank. If we could go to the next picture. This was super cool. He showed me a video of it. It's like, it has this like light tracking on it so it can follow like a target as you move around, and it shoots water out of it too. So I just wanted to give a quick shout out to that. He was working on it over break a little bit too, but I just thought it was super cool, so I just wanted to show it on the show. But this, I wanted to bring it up also because of finals. This was his final exam. We got a lot of final exams coming, so what are your thoughts going into it? I know this is like your last push, I guess, but
that was his final. That's really cool.
Yeah.
It's really neat seeing project finals instead of like tests, especially for freshman year. 'Cause I know I've been helping TA a class, and if they had a final project, that would be awesome. But they have an exam, which is fine. But
yeah.
I know for my finals, I don't have any tests, but I do have some papers and projects that I'm finishing up, so that's exciting.
Yeah, I got like 2 exams and a couple papers, but my like area is just a lot of final projects. So this semester it's been a little lighter on the projects themselves. It's been more writing heavy, but it's just, I'm just waiting for the final push, and then we will make it out and it'll be fine.
Oh yeah, we're right at the tail end. It's just a couple papers, a couple tests.
Yeah,
bada
just
bing, bada boom, we're done.
keep typing, it'll be fine. Let's move on to the third snapshot if we could. So this was my picture. This was over Thanksgiving break. To go home, I take the train from here down to the city, and then I take the train home from there, the LIRR. But this was this was the day before Thanksgiving, I believe. And so right outside Penn Station is the famous Macy's store, like the Macy's store where they have the Thanksgiving Day parade. It was just so pretty. There were so many tourists. Like, I was like, guys, not to be like that New Yorker that's like, get out of the way, whatever, but it was just a lot of people just standing there taking pictures, and I was trying to walk around and like do a little sightseeing while I had some time to spare between trains. But I thought it was so pretty. The store itself was really, really nicely done, and it was cool to see the store like before the parade. I've never like seen it all decked out like that.
The behind the scenes.
Yes, but this is just like the holiday season is coming, I'm excited. I know like the city down the street, they have a lot of lights up, and it's just really pretty. So what do you think?
I'm excited. I know my neighbors for the past couple of years put on quite a light show. They have their whole front yard completely decked out in decorations and lights, and it's all timed to music too. So the Macy's store looked pretty, but I think the Hopkins might have them beat. So I'm excited to head home and see that again.
That sounds cool. I got a couple neighbors down the block from me that it's like every square inch of their lawn is covered, and it's like a competition every year. See who could go the grandest with it. But
did you know that there's a Christmas light convention in Las Vegas every year?
No.
Or at least it was in Las Vegas. Yeah, my neighbor went to that.
Wow, that's dedication right there. No, I'm just excited. I always like seeing during the holiday season, seeing everything get all dressed up and make things seem a little nicer. I'm excited to decorate the house a little bit, put up maybe some paper snowflakes, and just make it look a little cute for the holidays.
Yeah, I'll have to put up, my sister made me an advent calendar of ornaments that I'm slowly unwrapping. They're all animated characters, so I'm excited to keep unwrapping those.
That's nice. And how about we move to the last snapshot, please? So, quick shout out. I've been working the hockey games on Friday and Saturday. Friday's game was a rough one, but yesterday's game last night, it was really good. We beat Utica, which was like one of the top teams in the nation. So we have our AP, Jacob, and our director, Garrett Chan. We have another picture of Melinda too, if we could put that up. Yeah, so we got Melinda out there doing the Cam 4 action out in the crowd. We got we had an interview with one of the star players of the game. afterwards, but yeah, hockey season is in full force at this point. It's sad that break is coming up, so it's kind of like, well, whatever. I mean, I'll be here for break, but the student section is what makes a hockey game, so.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Friday was rough, but Saturday was much better. We came back Saturday. I meant to get clips for the Friday night hockey game, but I didn't. But it's probably best that we just try and forget.
Let's forget that one. But the Saturday night, you guys should check it out. We have a live stream of it. It was a really good production, good game, and everything. So. Yeah, hockey, I love hockey. It's really fun.
It's a fun time.
I hope I can get back in the rink in the student section for maybe one of the last games, but yeah.
But then who will run the show?
We got a lot of people back there who will handle it. So, yeah, that was a good round of snapshots. I think it covered everything nicely.
Yeah, no, I love being able to see everything. I like getting to talk about it too. Shout out Patrick again for an awesome final project. That thing was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it for the show tonight. First off, thank you again for coming on and talking through everything.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, it was nice to learn a little bit more about what you've been doing and with your final semester here. Any quick final thoughts?
Not at all. Just. It's the end. We can do it.
Yeah.
You can do it. I believe in you. Congratulations if you're graduating.
Yeah.
And you're almost there if you're not.
Okay. Well, yeah. Congrats to everyone. It's time for me to say my goodbyes as well. Thank you to everyone watching at home. You know who you are. My family, my friends, everyone watching. As I come to the end of my second season, it's been really, really nice to have your support throughout my time here on the show and throughout this journey. I think I said this on the first season finale, but I remember being so scared of starting this whole thing. I was like, this is never going to work out. I would have no clue how it turned out, but I've just been really happy putting this all together and meeting so many new amazing people here, not only on the show, but in the crew and everyone behind the scenes as well. I want to give a quick shout out to, again, all the amazing students behind the scenes that are all back in the control room that you don't see. They all helped to put together this show. It's like, I can't believe the community that we have here. It's wouldn't be possible without you guys, and I'm always appreciative of all your help. And I'd also like to give a quick shout out to our director Garrett, who's working back there. You saw him in the picture. He's graduating as well. Yeah, just he's done great things. I know he's going to be off to amazing success in the real world. So, Garrett, congratulations. Keep going. You got this. With all that being said, goodbye for now. Have a wonderful holiday season. And for one last time, smile because you're on camera. Have a good night, guys.